Hello everybody, I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith here on this Saturday morning. Getting closer toward the afternoon, of course. Another very busy weekend here in the tri-state. We have the Reds in town, the Queen City Championship, the LPGA tournament, of course, happening up in Mainville. Oktoberfest, a very big deal happening here in the tri-state. We had a race earlier there at the Banks into OTR, the brewery run. That's over now, but I tell you what, there's still some people out there in Dayton at the Air Force Marathon and Half Marathon. They've red flagged the course, which basically means to pay attention to your body, maybe consider stopping or slowing down or something like that. Now, if they black flagged it, which would be the next one, then that would mean that the race is shut down and everybody has to stop. So, and it's all because of the heat and humidity. There's no storms impacting that event. It's all just the very hot weather. So just goes to show you, even though today's our last full day of summer and fall officially begins tomorrow, it's not going to feel like fall until maybe the middle of the week. So let's kind of dive on in. Let's talk about what's happening now and what's going to happen. We're going to, of course, talk about the drought and any kind of relief that we could see from those drought conditions and all of that. We're going to get into all of it here coming up. Seems like our network a little slow. You'll see Newport on the Levee will pop up here. Queensgate has been off and on, so it may not pop up. But what we're seeing out there right now is clearing skies. We started off the day with cloudy skies, even some rain in some spots. That rain's starting to move out, starting to come to an end across much of the region. And for those that did see the rain, of course, not everybody saw the rain. We all could use the rain, but unfortunately, just didn't really impact a large portion of the area. But now that we're seeing the clearing skies, temperature is going to soar. So if you are going to the Reds game or Oktoberfest or the Queen City Championship, make sure you grab the sunscreen. Stay well hydrated. I think a lot of these places, if you look kind of in the right place, you may be able to find some water fountains or some water that's accessible rather than having to pay an arm and a leg at some of these events for bottled water. You may be able to get around that. So I would highly recommend staying hydrated even if you're going to any of those events. Okay, let's look at where the rain is right now. And so we've seen, let me see here. Earlier today we saw more showers and thunderstorms across really a large portion of northern Kentucky, but now it's all pushing off to the east. So the only places in our viewing area specifically that we're seeing the rain is Mason and Lewis County. A little bit of rain right here pushing toward Robertson County, but just overall seeing drier conditions moving into the region and clearing skies too. You can see off to the west. We see those skies really clearing out. If you did see rain today, consider yourself lucky because obviously we all need the rain. Not enough to make a huge impact, but at this point, even if we get a little bit of rain and it takes off, maybe you don't have to do the watering for a day, that's great. Or maybe it does tamp down some of those allergens that are in the air. That's a good thing too. So even though it's not making a huge difference, it is helpful to even get a little bit of rain. So as you look off to the west, we of course have dry conditions across all of Indiana and Illinois. A lot of rain in Missouri. So what's going to happen is this rain starts to slowly push its way east, and we'll see another round of rain possible tomorrow and on Monday. So a couple of chances for rain here in that 7-day forecast. I think really the only significant chances will be there on Monday especially, and I'll show you those rainfall totals. It could be enough to make a difference in some of these spots because here's the updated drought monitor. Severe drought across really a large portion of the region. If you're not in a severe drought, you're likely moderate. Lewis County, the only spot that is only abnormally dry, but everybody in some sort of drought monitor, and then Highland County, and then really northern Warren and Clinton counties in the worst drought from extreme to exceptional. Highland County, eastern Highland County, including that exceptional drought. So everybody needs the rain, no doubt about that. Not only has it been very dry, it's been very hot. So far this month, I actually tabulated this, so this is yearly, but so far this month, we've had 6 days at or above 90. Today would be day 7, tomorrow day 8. That's what we have in our forecast, and I think we'll have no trouble doing that. Last year, this is just in September, we had 4 days in the 90s, 2022, 1 day, none in 2021. 2019 and 2018, 8 days at or above 90 degrees. So yeah, September, and that's what I think we'll do this year. I think we'll have 8 days at or above 90, and that should be it. Tomorrow should be our last 90-degree day, but we'll see, because we do start to see a cool down. But either way, you know, September can be a really hot month. That's why with that Air Force Marathon happening up there in Dayton, you know, it's kind of taking a gamble by signing up for that, because it can be a really hot day. I've ran the marathon and the half marathon up there, the Air Force Marathon and half marathon, and both of the times I did it, it's been hot. So just kind of depends. You can get lucky and get a cool day, but you know, in kind of the pattern that we're in right now, you're going to run into much more hot days in September than cool days. That's for sure. So anyways, hoping that everybody's going to be okay for those outdoor activities. And obviously with Oktoberfest, it's down there at Yateman's Cove and Sawyer Point now, so there is more shade. You know, there's more trees rather than when it's downtown, and you can hope for some shade from the buildings depending upon the time of day. But you have to go to a tent to really get full shade. At least now, with it being down there at the park, you can get a little bit more natural shade. But, okay, want to talk about this. So days at or above 90 degrees. The interesting correlation here, and it's not necessarily a direct correlation, but the greatest amount of 90-degree days, and this takes us back, actually, let me see how far back this goes. 1872. So this is quite comprehensive. So taking us back to 1872, the greatest number of 90-degree days was in 1936, when we had 64 days at or above 90 degrees. The fewest, we only had one in 1992. This year so far, including yesterday, 36 days. So today would be 37, tomorrow 38. That might be it. Now the average, taking us back again to 1872, is 25 days. 2007, the reason why we have that here is because that was the last time that we were in a similar drought to where we are right now. And we had 54 days. So not only was 2007 very dry, it was also very hot with a lot of days at or above 90 degrees. So just kind of interesting to look at, see if there's a correlation there. I mean, 36, maybe we'll end up with 38 days in the 90s is a lot. So hot and dry has been kind of the theme. I wanted to see if any of these local airports measured rainfall today, and it looks like they did not. So those of us that saw rain, again, as I mentioned, you're lucky ones, because the timing was pretty ideal before any of those major events start. And also, you know, didn't really, not everybody saw it. So, and we need the rain. So it's always a good thing when we get it at this point. Tomorrow, fall officially begins at 8:43 in the morning. It will not feel like it. It will not look like this. They're not, the only leaves falling from trees right now are dead. And, you know, if anything, that actually contributes to those dry conditions, the fire problems. That's why burn bans are in effect across a large portion of the area. So just to want to encourage you again to hold off on any of that burning, because a controlled burn can get out of control very quickly in these types of conditions. So even a bonfire in your backyard, I know, you know, oh, I've got a fire pit, it's going to be fine. Yes, chances are that's a lot more contained than, you know, if you were burning leaves or burning trash or something like that. But still, even just like one piece of debris, one stick kind of goes out of the fire, and it can turn bad very quickly. So I would just recommend that if you are doing that, you don't have a grassy surface around it. You know, maybe it's a paved surface, it's a hard surface, something like that, because just everything is so dry. The timber is dry, the ground is dry, the air is dry. I mean, it's just all of it can contribute to these issues. Now, temperatures outside right now, is this going to transition? Okay. Temperatures outside right now, it's not even noon, and we're at 82 at CVG. Now, the normal high for this time of year is 77. And we are already well above that. It's not even noon. We're still going to warm up a lot this afternoon. So it just goes to show you how unusually warm we are. 82 right now at CVG, 83 in Hamilton, 81 at Lunken, 78 in Batavia. Some of these spots are rain cooled. Falmouth, one of those, 75, but they'll respond quickly once that rain gets out of there, which it is already drying out in Falmouth. CVG right now, we already have a heat index. So the dew point is at 67. You're going to notice the humidity today. And so that makes it feel like 84. Winds are light out of the north, so not getting any favors from a breeze today, that's for sure. Okay, so today, if you do go to Mainville at TPC Rivers Bend Country Club, again, that's in Mainville, and the Queen City Championship continues today and tomorrow. Of course, the championship rounds will be tomorrow. But if you go today, it's Junior's Day, and basically that means kids get in free with a paid adult. So you can't just I guess I wonder, I assume it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. Maybe it's not. But like, so you could bring your 4 kids, and as long as they're with you and you're paying, then the 4 kids get in for free, I think. But either way, kids get in free with a paid adult. So if you go up there today, they have events for the kids. Obviously, they're getting in free. There's a lot of giveaways there in the fan zone. I was up there on Wednesday and kind of previewed it because it didn't start until Thursday, but I was up there on Wednesday. And yeah, there's a lot of fun things happening there. So today might be the day to bring the whole family because, yeah, kids get in free. Maybe a thunderstorm possible tomorrow, but I do think that most of that event will be dry, and we'll talk about those rain chances here coming up next. UC is at home, noon kickoff at Nippert Stadium, and they are taking on Houston, and it is going to be warm. So tailgating, which is probably, well, I know it's happening right now, obviously. We're within an hour of kickoff. It's warm. Temperatures already in the 80s. Will be near 90 already by halftime. All right, let's look at those rain chances. So today we're done with the rain. I mean, again, Mason and Lewis County are still seeing showers and thunderstorms. Those should be out of here by noon. And then we're dry tomorrow morning for the first part of the day. And actually, it might not be too bad. It might be a little bit of a cool feeling in the air tomorrow morning. Then we see another round of thunderstorms possible tomorrow evening. And as has been very typical with probably in the past several weeks, if not months, models try to bring us in a chance for rain. We get really excited. We think, oh my goodness, this is going to be a drought buster. And then the next model run and the next couple model runs dry it out. And that's exactly what's happening here tomorrow. We saw a really good chance for rain, and now it's looking like it's going to be very isolated. Again, that's tomorrow afternoon or evening. Overnight tomorrow into early Monday, we could see more thunderstorms. You see that here at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That gets out of here pretty early. And then Monday afternoon, early evening, we could see more showers and storms. But I think it's out of here in time for the game. I don't think that rain on Monday is going to impact Monday Night Football at all. So that's good news if you're going out there or maybe you're trying to tailgate. These rainfall totals are not going to be very accurate because, again, it's taking in an old model run. But let's look at rainfall chances over the next several days. Okay, making sure I'm keeping up with questions. Okay, so this again shows that chance for rain tomorrow, but again, looks pretty isolated. Overnight tomorrow into early Monday might be our best chance for rain. And again, that's ideal. I've been saying this since this drought situation really got so bad that a nice, steady, soaking rain overnight, so it doesn't impact outdoor events, would be ideal. And it looks like we might get that very early Monday morning. Then again, Monday, I do think we're dry for Monday Night Football. We could be between a couple of systems though. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, again, this is kind of the pattern that we're in, where right now it looks like Tuesday and Wednesday we could get some beneficial rain. However, it is very early to be talking about those chances because every model run seems to then dry it out with the next run. 1 second. Okay. So yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, we could have a chance for scattered showers and storms, but let's wait till we get closer to really count on it. And then it looks like at the end of the week and into the weekend, we will dry out. So that's good news there. Again, that's looking ahead to next week. It looks pretty nice. So we need the rain. This could be let's see what's happening here. Oh yeah, system moving in. We'll have to see if that happens. There are a couple systems that National Hurricane Center are monitoring. That could bring us some beneficial rain there. That would be Monday the 30th. So still a ways away. Not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. Okay, let's look at the 7-day forecast. Okay, so today and tomorrow in the 90s, and then we do start a cool down. 83 on Monday, 80 on Tuesday. We're back to the 70s for the middle to the end of the week. So getting cooler, more fall-like for sure once we get into the beginning of the week and the middle of the week especially, as those overnight lows eventually fall back into the 50s. So much better weather if you don't like the heat and humidity. We just have to wait a few days before that happens. Again, I think the best chance for rain could be late Sunday night into early Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday are still going to be pretty scattered. I don't think everybody sees the rain, but we'll keep an eye on it because we could definitely use the rain by that point. Wanted to see. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, still too soon to tell Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday rather if any of those storms that do move through could be strong to severe. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, but yeah, definitely something we'll be watching closely. Okay. All right, let's look at radar where that rain is right now. Excuse me. Yeah, now it's looking like tomorrow is going to be even drier. Looking at some of the information off screen here, and yeah. Looks like tomorrow's going to be mainly dry. Best chance for rain would be very late into the overnight hours. Okay, let's look at, again, where we're still seeing some rain. Because this is definitely some heavier rain. And if those in the southeastern portions of the viewing area saw the rain today, in some of these spots, especially I would say Mason, Lewis, even Robertson and Bracken County probably saw measurable precipitation from this system. But yeah, it's all kind of continuing to move off to the east. So we do expect dry weather for the rest of the day today once all of this rain moves out of Lewis County. I mean, that's going to be it. Still some lightning strikes just outside of the viewing area right now, closer to I-64. But still, you know, anytime that we have rain on radar right now, that's a good thing, especially if it's not going to impact, you know, the main kind of things that are happening across the region later today. Which would be the Reds game. 1:10 is first pitch today, and I believe tomorrow. I think both days are 1:10. We've got a schedule over here. Yeah, 1:10 today and tomorrow. So afternoon games, hot games for sure, but I think they're going to be dry. Models are really trending dry for tomorrow as well. I wanted to show Columbus because, of course, that game, Ohio State playing Marshall, can be seen right here on Fox 19 coming up at noon. And UC, of course, has a game, so that's going to be dry. The golf tournament's going to be dry, just very hot and kind of sweaty. So, all right. Yeah, that rain's continuing to kind of exit the area, but we are going to be watching that rain in Missouri tomorrow. That could impact us, but right now it's looking like most of the models are kind of drying it out. So, all right, I think that's about all that I have for you guys now. I want you guys to enjoy your Saturday. I am looking forward to watching some football today, watching some football tomorrow, and then obviously Monday, big game. I misspoke earlier and said that there was only one Monday Night Football game, but I forgot that this season, I think it's new this season, there's now two Monday Night Football games, but we only care about one of them, obviously. So, yeah, exciting day here in Cincinnati. You know, it's always fun with a big game like that when you're in prime time and, you know, obviously, a lot of people are going to see your city to see those crews, like the national crews that are going to be covering the game, coming into the city, getting the beauty shots, setting up their cameras. And yeah, I always think that's fun. And I always think it's a good thing, you know, for the city to be able to be in the national spotlight, especially for something good. We don't like it when it's something that makes us look bad. So. All right, so hopefully everybody enjoys their weekends. I'll be back tomorrow with your streaming show, same time. Although I remember, what was it, last week? I actually did it a little bit early because we now on Sundays are done at 9 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. on the air. We have other things to do, but so we'll see how that goes. But either way, I'll have your streaming show tomorrow and we'll be on the air. So again, tomorrow we'll be on there 7 to 9 a.m. because they have to get in the national Fox show from 9 to 10, and then we do some Bengals stuff. It's actually really good. The Bengals shows that we have here exclusively, being the flagship station. Those are on from 10 to 11. And then, of course, we start to get into those football games. So, yeah, okay. I've talked enough about weather and other things, so I'm going to get off of here now. I hope everybody enjoys their day, and I'll see you tomorrow.